I guess some of us here in Canada and North America have a time change, 1 hour ahead, so RJ may have not made it today because of that. Anyway, I'm going to carry on anyhow and carry on with today's podcast. So I need to be honest with you, and I mean really honest, just you and me, and no one else is listening. Have you ever looked at your kid? Maybe you're standing in the kitchen, maybe it's after dinner, and say something, "Don't eat that. It'll make you fat." Or "You need to lay off the junk food." Or maybe you didn't say it to them, maybe you just said it out loud to yourself while they were in the room. So, think about last week. What did you actually say around your kids about food or bodies? No judgment, just take notice. Because here's the thing, most of us don't even hear ourselves anymore. It's automatic. It's muscle memory. We say I need we say I feel gross after eating that, or I need to work off that meal, and it feels like nothing. Just talking. But your kid, your kid hears every word and they are filing it away. That's what today's about. I'm Curtis, and this is a podcast about parent support, raising healthy kids without a guilt trip or the guilt trip. And in the next 20 minutes or so, we are going to show you how the language we use every day, casually, without thinking, shapes how our kids think about food, their bodies, and themselves. And more importantly, I'm going to give you simple swaps you can start using today. Let's go. So, research has a term I want you to know. Fat talk. Sounds dramatic, I know, but it all means is that everyday body critical commentary that most of us grew up hearing and now repeat without even noticing. Things like, "I'm so bad. I ate the whole thing. Might need to lose 10 pounds before summer. Ugh, I feel disappointed after that meal. Better hit the gym after eating that." Sound familiar? Yeah, me too. I want you to actually count how many times in the last week did you say something like that out loud around your kids, one, five, or more. Just sit with that number for 1 second and think about it. Here's why it matters. Kids just don't hear words. They absorb the things and feelings behind them and around them. When they hear you talk about food like it's a moral issue, when they hear you say, "I feel so bad today after eating pizza," system. And that belief system says food is something to feel guilty about. Your body is a problem to manage. And the people who eat bad food, they're bad too. Interesting. I know. That's a lot of weight to put on a casual moment at the dinner table, but that's exactly how it works. Slow, quiet, over 1,000 small moments. Your kids just don't hear words, they absorb feelings like sponges. Crazy, right? Let's talk about the good food, bad food thing, because I know a lot of well meaning parents use that framework. Broccoli is good, candy is bad, and the intention is generally great. You want your kids to make healthy choices. I get it. But here's the gap or the trap. When you get attached to moral language, to food, kids attached it to themselves. If the food is bad and I ate it, then I'm bad. That's not a leap. That's literally how a child's developing connects dots. So, think about food you loved as a kid. You were told as bad. Did that stop you from wanting it? Or did you make want it more and feel guilty when you ate it? Something to think about, right? Here's a real story. A parent I worked with, their son's Marcus was sneaking candy from the pantry and hiding the wrappers for years. They found out when he was 9. Casually mentioning it was like nothing. The parents were mortified, but here's what I told them. Marcus wasn't being sneaky or defiant. He was doing exactly what any kid does when something is forbidden. He wanted more. He found a way to get it, then accidentally turned candy into treasure by locking it in a vault. Hmm. So, what actually works? Here's the switch. And it sounds small, but it changes everything. Instead of a good food and bad food, try everyday foods. And sometimes foods broccoli is an everyday food. Birthday cake is a sometime food. Both are normal, both are allowed. Zero guilt, zero drama. You're teaching frequency, not morality. Good. And one more thing while you're here, exercise. So many parents accidentally turn movement into punishment. Go run around. You ate too much. You need to talk. We need to talk. We need to walk that off every time that you move and shame together in your kid's brain. And here and and the wire and that wire is really hard to cut later. So when you get that stuck in their head, right? Think about how kids move when nobody tells them. They sprint because chasing their friend is hilarious. They climb things because climbing things is amazing. They don't need a reason. They just move because it feels good. The movement makes movement. About compensation for food, we steal that joy. Don't do it. Movement is not a transaction. Food is not a debt. Okay, moving on here. All right. I want to talk about for a moment that stops parents cold because it happens. And when it does, most of us just freeze. Your kid may be 9, maybe they're 12, looks at you and says, Mom or Dad, do I look fat? Or I hate my body? Or nobody at school likes how I look. What do you do? Seriously, what would you do? Think about that right now. You've got 5 seconds. What's your first instinct? Let me know in the comments, guys. Love to hear it. For most parents, it's immediate reassurance, not no, of course not. You're beautiful, and I get it. That comes from pure love. You can't stand the idea of your kid feeling that way for even one more second, so you rush to fix it, like normal, right? But here's what I want you to consider. When when you shoot straight to reassurance, you accidentally skip over a thing that actually matters. What is that your kid had an experience? Something happened, a comment from a classmate, something they saw online, a moment in the locker room they needed to talk about. When you say no, you're not, and move on, the door closes. They got a compliment, but they don't feel heard. And you can't argue someone out of feeling a feeling. You have to sit with them first. So here's the actual playbook. It's 3 steps and it's super simple, guys. So step one, pause. Do not immediately respond. Take a visible breath. Go. This signals to your kid that they said something that matters, and you're taking it seriously. Step two, get curious. Say something like, "That sounds that sounds like it feels really bad. What happened today that made you feel that way?" And then this is the hard part. Just listen. Don't problem solve. Don't launch into body positivity space. Just listen. Step three. Once they feel heard, offer a different frame, different time frame. Bodies are all really different. That's actually how it's supposed to be. What I notice about your body is how fast you ran at the park last week, or whatever is specific and true for your kid. So, so specific is everything here. You're beautiful is abstract. Your kid can argue with that abstract, but you can run faster than anyone on the field today is real. Kids can hold on to real. Think about one specific physical thing your kid's body did this week. Just one. Story store that you might need it. And here's something worth remembering. Body dissatisfaction, kids wishing they look different, isn't just a teenager thing anymore. Research shows that it starts much earlier, and most parents expect. We're talking about 7, 8, 9, which means the foundation you lay right now in those ordinary daily moments matter more than you probably realize. You need a big sit down conversation. You need to You need 100 small moments where your kid hears that body is capable, strong, and worth taking care of, not a problem to fix. So that's a good point. You got to take care of yourself, right? So, all right, we're going to do some rapid fire here, and I'm going to give you something you might actually say, something most parents say, and I'm going to give it you the swap. You ready? Let's go. Don't eat that. It's bad for you. Try that's a sometimes food. Want everyday snack to hold you over? You're not banning anything. You're just teaching frequency. That's a big difference. Here's another one. You need to exercise more. Try what kind of moving actually sounds fun to you right now. You're handing them the wheel. Let them pick. Dancing in the living room counts. Can be jumping up and down or try and touch the ceiling, you know. That's a fun thing to do. So here's a second one, a third or other. I'm so bad. I ate the whole pizza. Oh my goodness. Here's a wild idea. Say nothing. Just eat pizza and move on. You owe you don't owe anyone, including your kids. A guilty confession after every meal. The commentary is what teaches them to feel guilty. Drop the commentary of yourself and towards them. Seriously, try this for 1 week. Every time you're about to say something negative about what you just ate, don't. Just see how it feels. See if your kids notice. They will. So, you look much better if you lost a few pounds. Don't, just don't. Nobody should say that anymore, especially not a child. If you catch yourself thinking it, redirect it entirely. What can their body do? Say that instead. I love watching you and how strong you're getting. I love how much energy you have. Capacity over appearance every single time, or capability as well. One more because this one matters a lot. When your kid is doing something active and loving it, don't say, good, you're getting your exercise in. Say, that looks like a lot of fun or so much fun. Keep the joy in it. The second you make it functional, you risk making it feel like work. All right, we're coming in for a landing, and before I let you go, I want to say something important. You're not going to get this every time or get it right every time either. You're going to slip up. You're going to say, ugh, I look terrible today, while your kid is sitting right there. You're going to tell your kid food is bad. You're going to make exercise feel like a chore by accident. It will happen. That is not failure. That is just a Tuesday. If you're listening to this and cringing because you're recognizing yourself in some of what I described today, good. That cringe is awareness. And awareness is where change starts. Give yourself some credit for every pressing play on this episode. Thank you for playing press on this episode. So what matters isn't perfection. It's the pattern. The daily accumulation of messages your kids are absorbing about food and bodies and self-worth. If that if that overall pattern is one of curiosity and respect and joy, they pick that up. It sticks. It follows them into adulthood. And if you got older kids, teenagers, or even grown kids like some of you are who are listening, it's never too late. Never too late to shift the conversation. Never too late to go to your kid and say, hey, I've been thinking about some stuff I used to say when you're young or little, and I want you to be better. Those conversations are awkward for about 30 seconds, and then they become something meaningful that you will have forever. Repair is always possible. Always, guys. Okay, so that's episode. That's our episode for today. If this one hit home for you, do me a favor and share it with another parent. Text it to somebody, post it, leave a review if you want me, if you like it. And if you have anything else you want to comment on, please do so. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you get notified when I go live again. And we got more stuff coming around next week. So I'm going to say thank you very much for spending your time with me today. Now go get some pizza with zero guilt. You've earned it.